Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Now is the Time. This is your guide to relocating to the Philippines. I'm Bruce, I'm your host, and today's episode 1, is entitled, Let's Get the Party Started. Boy, I don't know if it's going to be much of a party, but it's going to be fun. So listen, we don't have a lot of time, so let's jump right into this, okay? So, first of all, what we're going to do is I want to get you some tools, okay? So, get a pen and paper and start writing this down. But then again, you're buying the episode, you can review it as you go. You want to go to Google and you want to type in PHP to USD. This is going to be your money conversion table. And you can work it, either start out with PHP, Philippine peso, and find out what it is in dollars, USD, or you can start out in USD, the dollars, and figure out how much it's going to be in Philippine peso, PHP. Very, very critical tool to your existence in the Philippines. Have this readily available. You have to be online. You have to be connected online, so either Wi-Fi or cellular, to get this tool, okay? Now, number 2, you want to go to Google Translate. And, you know, some Filipinos say it's good, some say it's bad, some are in between. I think what the issue is that there's over 170 dialects here in the Philippines, and it can't cover them all. So it just basically takes basic Tagalog, and it translates it from there. So grab that off of Google, and you will enjoy that too. To complement that, there's a girl on TikTok. I don't get paid to promote her, but I learned from her, and she's called Tagalog Time. And she gives you 2 and 3 word phrases to use in everyday life through the Philippines, and it's really, really good. I found it to be handy. So check that out as well. Next, you want to get yourself a map like this, a real paper map, okay? This is a National Geographic adventure travel map. Highly recommend it. What I like about it is that the problem I always had with Google Maps is that you would find a location and then you'd have to like magnify it to see what's in the location, and it's right here, and it's like, wait, where am I from here? Well, I'm way over here, so now you got to shrink it down, find you. It's a hassle. Here you can see, like right here, this is my home right here, okay, got it circled, and I can look at any place north and south within the northern islands and figure out, okay, this is where I'm going to go. Oh yeah, this is me right here. And I can calculate the mileage, I can see what's around me. It's really, really, really handy, you guys. So get one of these maps, you'll love it, okay? So here we go. You've decided that the Philippines is going to be your new home, okay? Have you decided where in the Philippines? Have you decided whether it's going to be a city life, hustle and bustle, busy, restaurants, cafes, things like that? Or are you desiring more of like a province life, okay? I came from the city life, I came from a touristy area, so when I found the province that I'm living in right now, I really embraced it, and I'll tell you what, for me, it is perfect. It is absolutely perfect. I have no neighbors close by. I have a farm in my backyard. I have a volcano about a mile away in my backyard, unobstructed view of everything I want, and it's just amazing. So that's something that you're going to have to decide, and if you have a spouse, you're probably going to like, let's get the party started with that one, you know what I mean? So now, the other thing when you're deciding your location is, do you need medical attention? Do you require a regular doctor's visit, maybe monthly, quarterly, annually? These things are definitely going to come into play when it comes to deciding where you want to go. And for example, I utilize the VA. The VA is in Manila. Manila is about an hour north of me, depending on the traffic. Could be a little bit more. But I don't go to the VA much more than maybe twice a year for checkups and eye appointments. So I can tolerate traveling that once or twice a year. That's okay for me. The other thing you have to consider is that if you need more regular medical attention in your care, your wellness program, How are you going to get there? Okay. What is your tolerance for public transportation? Or are you going to have your own private vehicle here? For local travel, something that's within the city limits, I prefer the tricycle. The tricycle runs about 100 to 150 pesos, do your conversion for that. And it's quick. They're very efficient and they know all the back roads. You're never late to get anywhere. To go a little further out, I don't mind the Jeepney. The Jeepney is like an open air extended World War II Jeep. The only problem with the Jeepney is that you smell diesel fuel the whole time. Like I said, it's all got to do with your tolerance to how you're going to get somewhere, your comfort level. Next, here's something else to consider. If you're going to be bringing your own vehicle, or if you're going to purchase a vehicle here, how about a driver's license? Okay, from the US, you are able to convert your US driver's license to a Filipino driver's license. You have to have it, it has to be current, it cannot be expired, okay? And they're gonna make you go for a physical. So you don't make appointments, you just basically walk in, it's called the LTO, the Land Transportation Office, and you just go and you just wait and you make the appointment and they're gonna give you all the information and they're gonna point you towards a doctor's office to get the physical. I'm not going to discuss, you'll notice in this program, I am not going to discuss any pricing of anything because the pricing here is so fluid and it randomly changes from city to city, barangay to barangay, province to province. So I don't want to be telling you that it's going to be 1,000 pesos and you get somewhere and it's 1,500 and then you say, well, Bruce told me it was only 1,000. So I will give you the wheres and the hows, but the homework for pricing, that's going to be on you. All right, you guys? Thank you for understanding that. So we know how to get our license, okay? So now, what about vehicles? Okay, do you have a vehicle in the US? Do you have a car? Do you have a motorcycle? If you're going to sell your car, that's fine. If you're going to sell your motorcycle, that's fine. I want you to understand a couple things though. As a foreigner, if you are not married to a Filipino, a foreigner man I'm talking about, or if you're not married to a Filipino man, if you're a foreigner female. If you're a foreigner not married to a Filipino national, you are going to have a very difficult time, if not an impossibility, of getting financed for a vehicle loan here in the Philippines. They call the loans installment programs. I think it's called hulagan. Hulagan is the term for it. But I'll tell you, I sold my motorcycle in the States and I'm trying to get financed for motorcycle now. This video takes place in October 2023. And I am having a heck of a time getting financed for a motorcycle. Even though my retirement pension plan gives me more money than 10 Filipino families, I'm a single, non-Filipino American living in the Philippines. And sometimes they take my information and they don't even call me back. So, word to the wise, if you're gonna sell your vehicles in America, make sure you bank that money and put it with other money to buy a vehicle cash, whether it's a car, truck, or motorcycle. You're gonna have to buy that vehicle cash when you land in the Philippines. My advice, sell them, bank the cash, and buy cash here for your new vehicle. Let's talk about what's in your box, mailbox. Something you should be doing the minute you get done watching this video, okay? Contact anybody that puts mail in your mailbox and go on to paperless mail system, okay? Because you're not going to get mail here in the Philippines. I've read about it. I've spoken to people about it. You're not going to get mail here in the Philippines. It's going to be very difficult. I don't even know where there's a post office. And I've heard there is a post office, but they don't deliver. You have to stop by there and say, hey, I'm Joe Schmo. You got any mail for me? And who knows how much mail is there? Who knows how long it's going to take them to find your mail if it's even there? And then they're going to charge you a service fee for that piece of mail. ladies and gentlemen, eliminate that altogether. Get on the paperless program with all of your bills, all of your medicals, anything that lands in your mailbox, get a hold of them and go paperless, okay? Do it now. You should be doing it at least 3 months before your departure date. And the reason being is that you can catch it along the way. There's always going to be somebody that's saying, yes, sir, we'll make you paperless, and they don't care, or they hit the wrong button, and then you're getting some important documents sitting in your mailbox while you're in the Philippines, and it gets returned to sender. Next thing you know, your Social Security is on hold because they can't get a hold of you, okay? So, that being said, just get a hold of them and say, look, I'm retiring, I'm going to be traveling around the world, I'm not going to be able to get mail anywhere I'm at, so can I please go paperless? They'll say, all right, not a problem. Let's talk about medications. So, there's a ruling that these pharmacies and doctors, it is illegal for them to mail your medication to the Philippines. That's the information that I've gathered so far, okay? There are plenty of little pharmacies all over this countryside where if you need just like a generic allergy medicine or cough medicine or anything like that you don't need a prescription for, you can walk in, just tell them what you want, they'll sell it to you, and it's really cheap. Anything that you need a prescription for, you can go to a doctor locally and you can tell them what your prescription is, and they'll give you if they even examine you, they may look at the current prescription that you have that you brought here with you, and they may fill it for you. There may be a Philippines version of it, but the other day I went to a pharmacy and I wanted to get Sudafed because I was having a full-blown allergy attack and watery eyes, sneezing, coughing, everything. And the girl was telling me, said, never heard of Sudafed, but we have this. It's there's 7 pills in the pack. And I looked at it and it had some generic name to it, and it's like, oh my gosh. And it was like, I think it was like 100 pesos. That's like $4 or something like that. So I took it, okay? I took one right there with some water, and in 20 minutes, I was all cleared up. Boom, like that, amazing. So now I got the pack over there. I've got a few more in it, and whenever I go back, I'm gonna say, I want this same pack right here. So look into that, okay? As far as I know, check with your doctor, check with your pharmacy, and they may tell you the same thing, that we cannot send your medication to the Philippines. You're gonna have to make arrangements there to get your prescription drugs, okay? You can take prescription drugs with you on the plane. That's okay. I brought plenty with me. As long as you got your ID and as long as it's your container with the prescription number and your name on it, you're doing okay. Okay, so we're gonna take a break here, and I'm gonna edit this and see if we can keep it below 20 minutes, and then we'll do a part 2 of Let's Get the Party Started. Thanks, guys.